Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Some worthy news from Romania. We have a new president, and my personal assessment on the elections, the last elections, I think there were major interferences coming from outside foreign agencies. But hey, that's me. And as a free human being, I should be allowed to have doubts or be skeptical or even look at the evidence that would indicate that those elections were not free and fair. Maybe they were free, but I don't think they were fair. Doesn't really matter. It is what it is right now. You can't change it unless you go with the tanks. The people spoke, the people were told this is the will of the Romanians, and that's it. So what can we do? Move on until we can have the tanks. So until then, we are going to, or at least I am going to, tell the Romanians in general, or in particular the Romanians in general, everybody else, what's going on over there and how the new government and the president will show that it is the slave of the European Union, of Western interests. Now, from the get-go, I will have to say this to some Romanian friends that I know that love me not, which I don't expect to be loved. My expectations are not love. It's being feared or respected. Respect and fear are gained, okay? So is love, but my goal is not love, just so you know. I don't want to be loved. I want to be respected or feared, or both in the same time. So, in this case, I have to share with some Romanians certain things. I don't want Romania to be anybody's servant. This is my default view on Romania. Now, I'm not an imbecile and not know that you have to play, in a certain way, be more flexible, let's put it this way, in the context of having these influences and these big interests on your left and on your right. I understand that. But you should not be as slavish as you proved to be in the past, 25 years. Or you can go 30 if you want. After the revolution, let's put it this way. I want Romania to have an independent foreign policy, and I want Romania to be Romania for Romanians, with whomever lives in there and so on. Unfortunately, it's clear that the guy who is in charge of Romania right now, as the president, as much as he's allowed to be in charge, he is the man of the European Union's interest. I have to be very nice. Why I have to be very nice? I don't want to scare you. Otherwise, I would have said he's the puppet of the West. There you have it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But I said, let's be a bit more diplomatic. So, that's Mr. Nicu Șordan, according to my baboonish opinion as a free person. Nobody will incarcerate me for saying that yet. Alright, so every time I will show these guys who supported Mr. Nicu Șordan and the other guys will confirm to them that this guy is those guys' puppet. That's what it is. And not only he, the Romanian country as a whole with its garbage political class. So here we have an article coming from Romania, and this is from yesterday, the 29th of May 2025, and it is from știripesurse.ro. This is a Romanian article, and I will show you how Romania will give Ukraine all of a sudden 100 million lei from the reserve fund. Will give it to Ukraine. All of a sudden. So from the pensions, for instance, we'll give from the Romanians to the Ukrainians all of a sudden. And I will tell you, and I will show you the context. If you agree with that, I hope your grandparents, if they are, or your parents, if they are at the age of retirement, they don't have money. I hope they are their pensions are so low that they barely survive. And then I will hear from you saying, what's going on over here? And I will tell you then, see, maybe that 100 million lei could be used in the Fondul de pensii. For example, All right? Because some people are like animals. They don't understand the situation. They don't assess the situation until it hurts them personally. So if someone rapes someone over there, they look at it and nothing to see. If that happens to them or to a loved one, then they say, oh, rape is wrong. So this is the people we have to deal with. So that's why I said, I hope your parents have a very low pension. And then you're going to realize maybe that money should not go to Ukraine, should go to your parents, to Romanians first. All right. Știri pe surse. Guvernul scoate aproape 100 de milioane de lei din fondul de rezervă pentru a-i da Ucrainei. Document. So the government takes out almost 100 million lei, that's Romanian currency, from the reserve fund to give it to Ukraine. Now 100 million lei is divided by 5 and you get about $20 million. That's what the parity is or was last time I checked. So that's $20 million. You can say, what the fuck are you going to do with $20 million? Well, why don't you build a road in Romania? And I'm going to read in Romanian and I'm going to translate in English. Guvernul României urmează să aprobe în ședința de joi, 29 mai 2025, o hotărâre privind alocarea sumei de 93 de milioane de lei din fondul de rezervă bugetară pentru suplimentarea bugetului Ministerului Afacerilor Externe. Fondurile sunt destinate plății cotizației României la bugetul Instrumentului European pentru Pace, European Peace Facility, pilonul 2, second tranche, aferent anul 2025. România a întârziat deja câteva zile în plata acestor sume destinate Ucrainei. So, the Romanian government is going to approve in the meeting on Thursday, the 29th of May, which was yesterday, a decision in providing the 93 million lei from the reserve fund, from the budget, to give to provide it to the Ministry of Afacerilor Externe, to the Foreign Ministry. These funds are meant to be provided as Romania's fee to the European Peace Facility. So Romania will give this money to the European Peace Facility second pylon, the second tranche or second whatever you call it, aferent anului for 2025. Romania is late. That's surprisingly is late. So it's late a few days in paying this money destined to Ukraine. So who decided that? The European Union Peace Facility. So the Romanians agreed to pay the Europeans to give to Ukraine under this agreement. Good for you, good for you. It's not over. Let me read further. Potrivit note de fundamentare a sumei de 18 milioane de euro, so it's 18 million, I was about 20 million, so 18 million, so 18.5 million euro. If it's euro, that means it's more than that, it's about $20 million. Again, represents the obligatory, the mandatory Romanian contribution agreed in the decision of of the Consiliului Uniunii Europene. So it was decided in 2021 by the United Nations Council that Romania has to give this sum, and it was calculated, according to the national GNI, Venitul Național Brut, how much the country makes. The approximativ 2.2. So from the Romania's national brut, Venitul Național Brut, from the services and the GDP, if you want. The GDP, but the GNA, is 2.02. So out of the Romanian national GDP, let's put it, 2.2 has to go to Ukraine, to the European Union Council, which was going to give it to Ukraine. And this is as an agreement that Romania agreed to and says together with other member states of the EU în cadrul Centrului Financiar Multinațional. So they agreed to give it to Ukraine because the European Union. Now you can say that's okay. This is my point with these kind of things. if let's say I have a household, I have a family, right? I have like 3 wives and 20 children and 5 mother-in-laws because I have 2 deceased former. Anyway, so let's say I'm an extended family in my big palace, right? But I'm in charge. I'm the guy who makes these guys go to work. I get their money, finance. I buy the groceries. I send them to buy the. I do the budget. I send them what they do, right? And my children are hungry. My wives, let's say, don't have clothes. They don't have lipsticks or whatever. They don't have dangling earrings or something. What women want. I'm not gonna go further than that. And things are not okay in my house. There is no electricity. I'm late in paying the electricity bills. Let's say there's no food much. But the neighbor got in a scuffle with another neighbor. And I say, you know what, guys? Sorry, from everything that I could provide here, because situation in my house is fucked up, I will take it from our budget and I will give some to the neighbor, since we have so much. Not. So that's the way I see these things. Now, there will be never, that's a utopia, there will be never a perfect situation in any household under which you're going to say, you know what, guys? We have everything we need. Now from the surplus, we're going to give to the Ukrainians. There will never be that, because let's say one of the wives she's not okay with 3 Bentleys, 5 Lamborghinis and 2, Bugattis. She would want a Maserati. So fuck it. See, that's not perfect. Or my kids would like to go, not only to Tahiti, they want to go to Bahamas as well and to whomever, Belize. So it's always you're going to want more. But when you have the basic, the foundation, secured in a country, in a family, then you can say, I have enough food here. Yeah. Is the infrastructure good? Yeah. Are they paid the bills? Yeah. Do we have money for our vacations or whatever it is? Okay, all right. Now maybe we can supply a little bit to the neighbor, because the neighbor, I consider, is in bad shape. But it's not like that. The association that my household, my palace is part of, tells me, and I agree with them, that I have to give those guys over there. Otherwise, the association will impose sanctions on my household. Do I want to be in that association? And you can say, well, there are benefits, and that's the problem. Now, if I'm a weasel, I give 2% of our income, which are doing very bad, to those guys over there because they order me. Or I can decide to say no, and they will impose sanctions on me, and then we can renegotiate if indeed we are partners. But if I'm the servant, I would be afraid to do that, because I know he can punish me real bad. You understand? Of course you understand. So first, have your things in your house in order, and then you can afford, if you have a big heart and if you want to give. You go and agree with those guys, and those guys are going to come. You agree on that, and you got to give them? No, I decided I don't want to do that. I don't think I like that anymore. I think I have a bad situation in my family. I don't know, 2 of my wives got at it, and then we have the emergency personnel here, and I have to pay some bills, some medical bills, got some brown eyes and some pussy pinching or whatever. That's what it is. And this guy said, I don't care, man, what is in your country. You gotta give 2.02% of your income to those guys. You sign it. And I'm saying, yes, sir. A contract is a contract. Do I like the contract? So this is the Romania. And be careful, my friends from Romania. You will be asked to do more. If tomorrow the European Union, with the coalition of the willing, says that Romania, which is a very good position, geopolitical position, strategic position, is very well located, will have to do something to be the springboard into attacking Russia, they, mark my words, will do it. They will do it. I guarantee you that. And I will use this, as in many occasions, to snip something down there if that will not happen if they're told to do it. They will be told to do it. I'm not snipping for that, because I'm not certain yet if they're still afraid. I'm talking about the Westerns. But if Romania will be told or asked if you gotta help us do this, and we're gonna do it, Romania will be, yes, sir, you told me to jump, and I will say, how high? That's how they are. Now, this is not independence. This is serfdom. Serfdom, whatever it is. You're a slave. Now, on the other hand, I don't want them to be with the Russians.
So get that out of my hand. Is not. I don't want him to be with the Russians. I don't want to be with them. I want him to be with all of them independently. Make the decisions. Romania is an occupied country, and with this Nicu Șordan and the guys around him, that country will show you is going to be one after another decisions for the European Union in order to hurt Russia or help Ukraine, because that's what they do, So I will continue to provide you with this kind of news, where I'm going to show you that Romania is a servant country. I don't want to say slave. It's between servant and slave. Servant is a little bit better, let's put it this way. So, servant country. A vassal state, as the Russians call them, that fits the reality. So yeah, you voted for Nicu Șordan. I saw something on Facebook the other day with someone being so happy that Nicu Șordan was voted because he's the first one who's not a communist or something, not born under the communist system, or which I think he is because he's more than 30 years old, so he must have been. But anyway, some imbecilic thing like that. And I was like, put a smiley face because I said, these guys are just the guys who voted for him. I said, okay, well, that's good. Maybe I can sway you the other way. So that's why I'm going to do this each and every time. Romania is an occupied country. I want it not to be an occupied country. I do not want Romania to be occupied by Russia, by France, by United States of America, by European Union, by NATO, by anybody. Nobody occupies Romania. Romania is independent. That's what I want. But as much as you can be, and if this is all you can be right now, you're servants. And the mentality, that's why I said Romania needs a cultural revolution. It doesn't need eliminate a few guys and then other baboons with the same mentality of not even Middle Ages mentality come in place and say, yeah, whose cock I'm going to suck right now. That's the mentality of these guys. Just let me be here in my position, give me the money, unzip it, whomever. Who's giving me more, I'm going to suck it first. I don't like that mentality. And that's exactly the mentality these guys have it. Servant. Capul plecat, sabia nu-l taie. How's that? The bowed head, the sword will not chop. That's what it is, my friends. So remember, these guys are giving these guys $20 million, and the pensionaries, people who, the retired strata of the population is barely making it. Go and drive a little bit to Romania. Not on the 3 main roads that the European Union uses to transport from Turkey and so on. No, not those. Go by roads and see how great the Romanians are. Fuck it. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay tuned. I will come with more because I know there will be more. I will be more ammunition. And again, it's not to bash the Romanians. It's not to say, oh my God, the Europeans are tyrannical. All right, that's my point. And these guys are under Europeans' vassalage. That's what they are. Not the Americans, the Europeans. The Americans have troops over there. But anyway, just try to make a move, Romania, and those troops will show you who's boss. Who's your boss? Just say Romania will decide tomorrow we're going to have a military insurrection here. Let's say Romania military is shit. Let's say we're going to have now, we take power. That's an internal affair of Romania. What do you think those NATO troops are there for? Do you think everybody go back into right and nobody moves? It's in Romania's internal affairs. We're not going to interfere. What if they decide tomorrow to have a dictator? That's their prerogative. It's not my NATO, European Union. That's it. That's theirs. No. Those NATO troops over there will fuck you up in no time. I guarantee you. Remember the Caesars? Chick going down? I guarantee you. But Romania has no army, so don't worry about it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.